Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's a bit dark, let me just alter it a little bit. But basically today, I've got my stand thing back out. And this is a recipe of BBC Good Foods. But basically, today I'm using the rest of my pumpkin. Because if you know, recently we did a pumpkin soup video because it's coming up to autumn. Next week there'll be loads of Halloween videos, and maybe the week after. There's still like 2 weeks till Halloween. But I'm going to use the rest of this pumpkin, and I'm going to do a bacon and pumpkin pasta dish. Just for your entertainment, and it's something quite simple. You don't have to buy a pumpkin like mine and scoop out the bits, and I don't know whether you can pre-buy, I've not actually ever looked, but pre-buy pumpkin chunks. Not sure whether you can, but you probably just, or you can buy a small pumpkin. That was a medium one. And then for this you're going to need penne pasta. It says on the recipe, penne, we use penne. Now I'm not weighing all these ingredients, I'm doing my own portions, my own measurements. Because it doesn't say how many this recipe serves, but 400 grams is pretty much the entire bag. This bag's 500 and I've only got about half left. But so it says we use penne and I've only got penne, so that's handy. But it says we use penne, which hints that you don't have to have penne pasta. So first thing, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 140 grams of bacon. I'm just going to use a few rations. I don't know, this is 250, I'm not sure how many rations are in, how much a ration weighs. 1 onion, but we don't have an onion, so I'm bringing some colour out using sweet corn. We've then got 500 grams of pineapple, pumpkin. This is quite a big quantity, so I'm just going to use, I've only got about 200 of pasta, so I'm going to have to half it. Sage, we're using parsley, I think. Well, I've got parsley, I don't think I've got sage. Thyme. I've got oregano, and I've got thyme, but I haven't got sage. I might put some thyme in it. I don't think parsley goes, so I'll put some thyme in it. We don't have sage, just a spice that goes well. It does stay fresh because it's finely shredded. And then you need some cheese, which I'll get out. You need, did I say butter? 25 grams butter. And just say Parmesan cheese. Don't have, well I have it. Well I don't have Parmesan cheese, but I have cheese. But that's not going to come out until we need it. Well, bacon shouldn't either, but. So the first thing we do is heat a heavily based saucepan and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Now I have one, but I have a feeling it's dirty. Mainly because, well, it might be clean, so let me just double check. This dishwasher has finished, so it is clean. But basically, I basically filmed a different video. I basically filmed a different video with it yesterday. And you may be wondering, if the cheese scone, how come you didn't need a recipe for that? No, I was going to do something else, but then I burnt the butter and I ran out of time and I burnt the butter, so didn't have a lot of time and I already burnt the butter. So I burnt some butter in this pan yesterday, so I didn't actually make anything. But I was going to make something, but I'm not going to say what it is because I may remake it one day. So heat a heavy saucepan, add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and pancetta or bacon. Pancetta is just thin ham, then cook for a few minutes. I always say you should put the pumpkin in first, but then again bacon. Well, I'm going to sort this pumpkin out first. So the first thing we need to do is sort this pumpkin out. But let me just angle it slightly different. Anyway, before I get prepping this, I'm going to quickly get a drink, but please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below and let me know any Halloween videos. Because all I've done so far is pumpkin soup and this pumpkin pasta. There's only so much pumpkin you can take. If you don't like pumpkin, we need some pumpkin challenges. No, Halloween challenges. And stuff like that. You can't really see the chopping board, so let me trying to angle it the best possible way. But we're gonna need everything. Should have looked for all this equipment before I started. I think the peeler's dirty as well. You peeled some potatoes for dinner last night. No, it's not, because I filled it, and the load that I filled in dishwasher has been emptied and been refilled since. Well, I've got this knife, but that didn't work for the pumpkin last time. So I'm going to use that for the other stuff. I'll just get one of these little knives. I might not use all this pumpkin because there's quite a lot. And it does say 500, and I know this pumpkin, half of it is 500. But I'm halving the rest of it because I've only got So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Let me just. You're wondering why I got nothing on my arms, if you can see my arm. Because normally I have jumpers, t-shirts, whatever on. It looks like I've got nothing on. I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt. Right, now I've got a big chunk out. I may use some of that, but I may not. And I'm quickly just going to go to my bin. So I've saved it in a bowl. And I'm just going to scrape all the gunk. I should have just de-gunked, like get all the guts out and stuff the first time I did this and just did the whole thing. But I wanted to crack on with, and make the soup. And I was trying to use this knife, which didn't get very well. Now I'm just taking all the orange, like stringy bits. This knife is a lot easier because it's thinner, so you can get like smaller, so you can get like under. I don't really need the knife for anything else. I'm going to go and put this bit back. This knife. You don't need loads. Basically portion it however many you want. I reckon the amount that they've done is for family size. Because 400 grams is basically 4/5 of that bag. Oh, one thing I've forgotten to do, if you may have noticed, if you know how to cook pasta, we need a pan of water on. Boiling. I don't know how much pasta. That's probably big enough for pasta. Hot water out of your tap. Or boiling water out of kettle. But because I don't need the water straight away, if you need the water straight away, and you're trying to make something straight away, then kettle water is ideal because it boils straight away. But if you don't need it straight away and you have time, you can just let it boil. So I'm going to cut like the end bit off because that's like the root bit of the pumpkin. And then I've got to somehow, as you know, peeling a pumpkin. I broke the peeler last time. But updates on the peeler, I didn't bin it. I just put it back in the drawer. And my mum has fixed it. So the peeler's now working, but it's very, I'm scared it's going to happen again. So I've got my sharper peeler out, which I don't normally tend to use day to day for like potatoes and stuff, because it is really sharp. My sister, oh no, was it me? Can't remember. Someone anyway, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't me, but someone else peeled with this peeler, peeled their thumb like really badly on a pumpkin. No, pineapple. It is easy with this, but it's not exactly easy, because it's quite hard. But if you don't like pumpkin, you can, when you're trying to concentrate and peel this without peeling myself. You can use butternut squash, but if I'm being completely honest, if you don't like pumpkin, you're probably not going to like butternut squash, but you could try it if you know you definitely don't like pumpkin. Or you can make any veg you want if you don't want to do it ultimate one. So we're now I'm gonna try. I haven't cut myself if you're wondering. Now you're gonna cut this into, I'd say small cubed. Don't know why the recipe suggests bacon first, because this is like a really hard root veg. So I would reckon this takes a lot longer, but I'm not going to argue with the recipe. So you're just going to simply chop it into little diced cubes. That sort of size, or maybe that size, but no bigger. When you think you've got enough, you can stop. I don't know whether I'm going to actually use all this that I just peeled, because it is quite a lot. When you chop it small. Now I'm going to try and do as close as I can to one portion, so you know how much you need for one portion. And then if you want a family size one, you can just get this recipe of Good Foods, and if you want to do the whole portions on that, you can. That's probably like 4 or 5 people, like a good family of 4, maybe more. Or you can do the amount I'm doing, just do one person. I did half it, which technically is more than one. But I'm going to try and do one portion. So that little bit there left on my chopping board, may not use because I think I've got quite a lot. And pumpkin, believe it or not, pumpkin actually fairly heavy. Raw vegetables quite heavy. So that is probably way over half. I've already done. So we're going to cube. We're going to put all the pineapple gunk, peel and rubbish. Should have got a bowl for that pumpkin, but I don't do anything else. I've already got a massive amount of washing up and that's my favourite thing. Even though I've emptied my chopping board, it's got like orange residue left on it, so I'm going to turn the board over. And I'm going to get a different knife because that's full of orange. And now we're going to open your bacon. There's 8 rations in my packet. It doesn't actually give you a ration, which it should. It just says 140. So this is 250, so probably about half, but I'm doing even less. So I'm going to get 4 rations out and just thinly slice 4 rations. So I'm going to go from the edge. I'm going to do like thin strips. This is where the big knife comes in handy, because that knife isn't chopping it very well. You don't technically chop on the back of this board, but today we are, because the only chopping board clean. You can cut bacon with scissors, but I just find cutting bacon with scissors. If you're just rough cutting bacon, then fair enough. If you're not, then I would not recommend using scissors. So now I've got my thin strip. I'm doing all 4 slices at once, if you're wondering. And then thinly slicing, I'm going to put them in the pan. Try and separate them because obviously it's 4 rations at once. So when the water's rapidly boiling, that means vigorous like bubbles. Like you may think what I'm on now is bubbling, if you can properly see it, but it's not. So don't add it too soon. If you're doing like potato, any like proper root veg like potato and stuff like that, then you put it in cold water and boil it within the water. But everything else, just wait for it to rapidly be bubbling. So make sure if you are cutting several rations at once, you like separate the rations. Water boiling, but that's not proper bubbling. So pasta varies. It doesn't say put the pasta on first. Anyway, so fresh pasta takes 3 to 4 minutes. Dry, depends on the packet, but between 8 and 12 minutes. So I'm not sure what the butter's for. It says butter, but I don't say butter in the recipe. Give me a sec. Alright. So we need how much? 3, but I'm doing slightly less. So I'm going to do 1. Don't want it too oily because we are cooking the... Because vegetables are much nicer in like meat and stuff like this. Meat and stuff like this, you always cook in oil. Well, actually, some you don't, like mint, because it gives off loads of oil. But But meats that don't give off a lot of oil, you use oil. And vegetables are much nicer in butter because it gives off that nice, like, richy flavour. It gives off that nice, rich flavour. Anyway, so we're going to start cooking that. Now we need a spoon. A wooden spoon to stir this for a couple of minutes. And this is where I'm going to get the butter out. I think we only need like a spoon or two, I'll get the small one. Butter. 25 grams, so not that much. You can smell burntness in it still, even though it's been in the wash. Hopefully it doesn't give off burntness when it's done cooking. Time to add the pasta. I'm going to add most of it, but not all of it. And it is too much water, I'm going to go and drain some water. The more water, the more. There isn't actually any like sauce element in this, which I'm not so keen about. No sauce. So that's going to go in there for 12 minutes. So now, we're going to add, I'm just going to put a spoon of butter in to enrich and enhance the flavours. And then we're going to further cook this bacon for another 2 minutes when the butter is completely melted. The butter is mainly for the pumpkin. The oil's for the bacon, the butter is for the pumpkin. Depends how crispy you want your bacon, depending on how long you cook it for. So now we're going to add the pumpkin. Ow. Back at me. Go put it on a lower heat so it's sticking everywhere. Oh, you want the pasta on a high heat so it cooks quicker. The higher the heat, the quicker it will cook. On a low heat, it'll probably take more than 12 minutes. High heat may take around 10. And then you're going to stir. this should take 6 to 8 minutes. But I don't want to stop recording because I want you to see exactly what happens and exactly what it does. Now I want you to see exactly how we make this. I don't want to stop it and then come back and this is what's, because how it's cooked. I want to show you exactly what happens, exactly every process and step it takes. Then you know exactly what to do, and in case anything goes wrong, you know how to resolve it. Or if anything I do that goes wrong, you know how to fix it. A bit of salt. We don't have any pepper, or do we? We do have pepper, right at the back. Which, I don't know why people will pepper at the back when pepper's one in the middle. Salt and pepper it. Shut the cupboard. That cupboard's way full, so I need to get some. I'm obviously not going to use all of that, because that wastes the entire. And it smells divine. It smells fantastic. Just want to do it until the pumpkin's like softened. And then if you do an onion that the recipe says, you put the onion in when I put the pumpkin in. And then once the onion, so you put the bacon in like I did, and you cook it until however crispy you want it. Then you add the onion and cook the onion for 4 to 5 minutes, and then you add the pumpkin for 6 to 8. So just add an extra 5 minutes onto your thing. But I thought I had an onion, and it turned. I thought I had a little shallot in the fridge, and it turned out to be a little garlic. If you add it to it oil or butter, you can just drain the fat off after. Down the sink. Before people start putting liquids and that in the bin. If you put it in the bin, you have to empty the bin straight away. But you put it down the sink. Because if it's a lot, it goes through the bin if it doesn't turn out in your bin bag. This is a roughly a knife amount. So the extra bits that I cut, I'm just going to wrap back up. I'm probably eating some fresh cling film, to be honest. Which I'll do after. So this is the sort of dish you can either do in a bowl or on a plate, up to you. It's sort of, the element with this is, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it because there's no actual sauce involved. If you were doing onion as well, you need to thinly dice it. So this is the point where they've been in 4 minutes. So probably 2 or 3 minutes to go. And I'm going to shove with the juice in and cook the sweet corn with the juice. You always cook sweet corn with the juice. It gives it the flavour. And it just brightens up your colour so much. But if I had onion, I'd probably done that as well, not instead of. You don't have to wait for all the juices to disappear, because if you wait for all the juice to be soaked up, then you may overcook some of your veg and bacon and that. But don't wait for it all to be soaked up. You may overcook your food. So if it is cooked and you have got to drain it, if you just drain it. In a normal colander, because the sweet corn won't go through. It's not, big one's not small to go through the hole because you're worried about that. You always try it before you, if you try it and the salt and pepper is dissolved and you can't taste it, then you need to add more. Because if you add it any sooner than I did, or if you add it quite early on, then it might dissolve and you can't taste it. Now it's time to add quite a bit of dose of thyme, but not like heavily, like a light sprinkle. If you have sage, then go for it. But parsley is completely different. Sage is similar, so it brings out the nice. It does kind of make a sauce with the butter. So I kind of understand now why there's no sauce. I didn't get the whole no sauce thing to begin with, to be honest. Actually smells so nice. I've probably done 2 portions, to be fair. We've had a lot of sweet corn, so I just bunged the whole tin in, but it probably wasn't the smartest. And all my juices have kind of gone now. All like the acidic like juice is gone now. So the pumpkin and that has been in for 6 minutes. So wrap your bacon up before you put it in the fridge. I'm going to put that in the fridge and wrap it up later because I need to finish doing this. Wrap the pumpkin up or wrap whatever else. I'm running out of cheese because I made some cheese scones. So it does say Parmesan. I have that little bit there, but it's only to go over the top. It's only cheese to go over the top of this. So while this is cooking, I'm just going to basically talk about what's going on my channel. So I want to do toasty making part 2 because you all love toasty making part 1. So I want to try and do like a part 2. We need to continuously stir this or it will just stick as well. I reckon this is cooked. But I am concerned there's way too much. So to test the pasta. I don't want that thing one, it's scaring me out. Anyway, check your pasta's cooked. You put your knife in, but if you've got that pan, you have to be careful because metal can't go in the bottom of this. You put it through. I say that is nearly cooked, but not actually cooked. So I'm saying this is cooked because you can tell all the juices and too much sweet corn because I added a whole tin. But the whole bacon, the pumpkin chunks have like swollen, well shrunk is the actual term. Swollen I don't think is even a word. Shrunk. Please leave any Halloween ideas down below because I want to do Halloween. My bacon isn't that crispy because I don't. Some people love crispy bacon, some people don't. If you want it crispy, you cook the bacon a little longer than I did. Some people don't like going to like Costa and stuff, with pre-packed bacon and stuff. I don't tend to eat the meals that Costa make. I just go for drinks, but I will eat it. So to finish this dish off, simply bung it all, put it all together. But you need to, if you've got any excess fat, you drain it off. You obviously can drain the pasta. So I've got a pink colander here, and I'm going to drain my pasta. Can't use any metal on the bottom of this, and I'm running. I'm going to use that spoon. Actually, you should check seasoning and taste before you mix it together to make sure that's properly cooked. Pasta's pasta. So, can't put that on there because so we're going to check the cookedness of this. I don't know what the proper word is. It was hot. No, I didn't like the pumpkin, it was hot. I think that's cooked, but it is very hot, so I literally burnt my entire mouth out. I have to be careful, I've got metal fork in there. So I'm going to add the pasta to this, because obviously that's not going to fit in there. And all you have to do now is stir it in. And that is literally it. There's no actual official sauce. So if I bring you close so you can see exactly what it looks like. And then this is the recipe that I've been using. If you want to actually read it, you can pause the video, but I'll just leave it here for another minute. So obviously that's what it's supposed to look like. Now, obviously we've got sweet corn instead of onion, but I think that's pretty good going. This is going to be my lunch. Complete. So I'm going to pop you back. Now I'm going to put it in a bowl. I'm going to put it on some sort of plate or bowl to eat it. And I'm going to get, if I can find it, I don't think I have a non-metal one, which is a pain, but one of these. So, be very careful because it's non-metal. Is it a problem when you don't have non-metal equipment and you've got a non-metal pan? Don't know how much you would say the portion is, but I would say this is for 2 people, definitely. Oh. Because if you just look at this, I would say that's a portion. Quite dark with you, probably because the light above you is actually broken. But, and then there's still like, I would say maybe, depending on if you're having this with kids, maybe 1 adult and 2 kids, or 2 adults. And that's how I feel about the portion. So obviously if you do the entire recipe, you'll have pretty much double what I have. So let's try it and give it a rate out of 10 like I do for... It is, honestly, I don't mind pumpkin, but if I had to try something else, I probably would go for it to be fair. This is delicious. So I'm going to give this 7. Because although it's packed with flavour, I do think there's a sauce element missing. I don't know. It's quite like fatty because they add loads of oil and butter, which I'm not the hugest fan of, but I'm going to give it 6.5. So thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe down below, and I am going to see you super duper soon with another video. Thank you very much.